What's up, guys? It has been a week since LZ Fest and we're gearing up for another event, aren't we, mate? I told myself I wasn't going to drive anymore this year, but I had too much fun and I want to send it more, and the car's working fucking good. Yeah. I have no excuses other than I want to drive and I want to send the shit out of it. So where we're heading is South Australia, which I wanted to do all year but just hasn't been feasible. But their last round 4 and 5 double header, so they've got 2 rounds in the same weekend. It is the next weekend, so we have very little time. But yeah, heading down. We've got a few things to do. My exhaust is already off and dropped down to Grubby 21 fab, because as you probably heard in the last video, if it's scraping its ass off, there's a massive hole in it. It will completely flatten the bottom. And we really fucked up third gear synchro. So rather than, I can't rebuild a box in a fucking week or anything like that, we've got another one. Luckily they are cheap and easy to get, so I literally looked on Marketplace and found one and drove out there and got it. So another $450 later and we have a box. Daniel is starting to push stuff apart, but got our AR5 Triton gearbox in here with the adapter plate. I think I've got a rear main leak now, which is annoying, but we'll figure that out. Anyway, at this current point in time, I am still editing the last video from LZ Fest, so Daniel's going to be doing most of the hard work because he's a legend. So box is out. Got both on the ground now. So this is our replacement box, a 2007 diesel 2-wheel drive Triton. These are out. This is the adapter plate between a stock SR20D auto bell housing and the box. So it bolts up like factory, and it is using a NPC, basically one of their heavy duty button clutches, and the only difference is the spline gets changed to R15 Toyota, same as AR5. Whoa, I just stepped in all that brake fluid. Damn it. Fucking pissing out rear main, that's lovely. So yeah, this is our custom cross member. Bolt that onto the other box. And our 1-piece tail shaft. Triton yoke, 1-piece, 1350 rear uni to suit. Hopefully this box will last a bit longer. Whatever I did third gear smashing the bejesus out of it, it did not like it. So I'll try to be a bit nicer to this one.
I call bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, he might be right there. Alrighty, Daniel has smashed it out. I have not smashed out as much editing as I wanted to, so more to do. But gearbox is all swapped over. So that's the auto SR bell housing and adapter plate now onto the newer box. So we are ready to throw everything in. That will be tomorrow's job. We've got a close mate of ours' birthday right now, so we're heading down there to watch some V8s and have some beers and yeah. Beers?
Beers.
That's the happy dance, yeah? Anyway, I'll yeah, see you when you're looking at me. It's another day, guys. Hopefully I'll get done by the radio at the shop, because it is lunchtime right now. But box is back out. Like I didn't get too far putting it all together. But this box, basically where straight up and down where 3rd and 4th normally is, was 1st and 2nd, and it went across to the left and didn't go across to the right. What we thought might have happened is they bent something when they pulled the box out, and when they left the shifter in there, because the shifter definitely didn't come out of it, which normally you would to drop the boxes. But straight away, the first thing we can do, this bolt, which holds this in, is completely bent. So there's already been a hell of a lot of force against it. Potentially this is slightly bent, but I believe... Can you stop fucking up my video? Like walking National Stars?
No, edit it.
Well, I'm waiting until you guys fuck off.
Right, now I know you're recording.
So, potentially this piece here is bent as well, although it doesn't look too dissimilar to this one. Nice singing down the back there, Paul. But I believe we'll find this rod, which is a shifter linkage. I reckon we're going to find this piece here is twisted. So yes, it'll still get the gears, but it's rolled over onto a different angle and it's screwing up our shifter. So just because they were trying to save some time, clearly just ripped this box out, literally. We're going to have to now undo and separate the box, the rear housing like I've done on that one, and just swap this shaft over. Well, I'll do it anyway, even if it doesn't look like there's damage, and then we'll swap this piece as well. And we should have a working box. How fun are cars? So, probably can't tell, but I had to hit this out. This is definitely not straight. This is probably bent, because we can see now, this bolt lines up with the center of that little linkage I showed you, but now this bolt hole goes from straight to the right and straight to left. So, that's all it is. So, reseal it up, put it back in, and we'll be good to go. Hello, Paul! So it's 5 o'clock, as you can tell. What's Paul doing?
Pasta, believe it or not.
He's pulling apart the inferior Aristo.
The inferior?
Yeah, so Paul's doing a Mr. Front mount. Fuck, your tunes are gonna ruin this footage by putting you in anyway. This is Paul's JZS 147. So the early non-VVTI, you know. If you can't tell, I have a 161. Hey?
Much better looking rig.
Much better looking rig? Nah. You don't. Where's the leather, mate? It's all about the leather.
Nah, it's all about that plush fabric.
We got an intercooler kit he waited like 6 months for, or more. How long was it?
It took me 8 months to get it, and then a further 8 months to start installing it.
Yeah. So hopefully there's all the pieces. We'll make it work. So rehousing's all cleaned up, ready to go. All cleaned up here. So we'll line everything up, seal it up, and hopefully have a box ready to go in before the too many times. The gearbox is all assembled. It does look like that it's fixed our problem. It goes in both directions. So just waiting for silicon to dry for the next 15, and then we torque it up to its final spec. And then we go back in the car. Phew. Trying to sort out our shifter issues we were having. I believe part of the problem we've been having is the return springs for the shifter aren't strong enough, so that when it slaps from second to third, it's missing the gate. Part of that issue is because my shifter is obviously so far forward, I've put a nice bend in it to lean the shifter back, and I think that's hurting it. So what we've done here, this is one of the shifters that came in a new box we've got. You can see the shifter springs are really soft, and the shifter springs are actually in the shifter on these transmissions rather than like in the side of a box, like an RB or an SR box. But we went down to, I think it was WS Fabrication in Bayswater, and they helped us out by finding a couple springs to go in there. So I've had to cut them down, but they are noticeably stiffer. I have to put a lot more effort into it. So we'll get that in the car, see how it feels. Hopefully that helps us a lot. Either way, stiffer shifter springs should definitely help us out. Some fat meaty 808Rs. Yeah. Watch this, mate. That's the fucking oil. There's a bit of oil.
We don't look at that.
But that's what we look at. Look at the LEDs, bud.
To the sway bar,
Yeah.
cable tied, ghetto install.
Hell yeah. Look at technology, man. That's cool.
So much better in the dark.
Yes. Now I want some on mine, even though I don't have my car back. But my car's getting repaired, hopefully kind of as we speak, or next week he's starting it, so should have some updates on that soon. God, I'm keen to get that car back. So we'll have 2 Aristos in the car park, Paul.
Yes.
And then you'll be depressed because mine look better.
No. Paint-wise, yeah. Once we put the coilovers in it.
Yeah? What do you mean, mate? You got quality BCs.
Wait, so blown crap.
Yeah. So Paul's pulled off his unnecessary coolers. You don't need a cooler. That's like a hydraulic fan. Well, like your thermo fan is hydraulic, and there's a cooler for it. That's unnecessary. And you know, power steering cooler, it only needs to be that long. Yeah. So, make some room. Now we'll try and mount the cooler up to here and then see what we're gonna do to get it to fit in the bar. Hopefully, not much. It's gonna be super simple install, yes?
Super simple.
Shininess. It's ready to go, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, drop it off.
It's finished. Job is done.
That is all the mount you need.
Just ask Marcus McCarthy.
Yes. My intercooler was mounted like that for a very long time.
Was.
Shut up. Let's see if the bar fits. Oh, the bar doesn't fit.
Doesn't fit.
Nah, bar doesn't fit.
Doesn't fit.
How close are we?
About 6 miles off.
That mine's sitting right in this view. Yeah. How often you can like now?
Very large 20 though. The job here. But then we're still.
No, that's a probably for sure.
Yeah, the job part. The job part. Yeah.
So there's been a lot of head scratching, figuring crap out. Great success. Car done. So we're gonna have to trim a little bit on the front of his rails, but that's very common for most intercooler installs. We were able to slightly move these aircon lines out of the way and should be give us enough room to sit where we need to. Intercooler's gonna have a little bit of a lean in it, but should clear all the aircon stuff and everything that we need. Woo! Things falling. Typical London, what is it? Japanesium?
Yep.
Apparently. There's no way this is Japanese, really? Well, it came
from. It took 6 months to get here.
That's what you got. But it's not long enough. This joiner here, this is what sits under that away. But it looks like it's designed to meet up to the factory rubber hose, but it is about yay far off. And there's no other way we can see it's supposed to have gone. Everything seems to work all right on this side. So they didn't give us enough joiners, or the right joiners, but that goes to your Thwan throttle body, and that sits underneath and does join up in there. So we'll get a couple extra silicons and a few different clamps. And we're gonna go see Grubby at 21 Fab tomorrow morning on his long weekend. He's gonna fix some shit.
What a champion!
Yeah. It's still easier than my kit. Not that my kit was fun. Anyway, better than watching me put a gearbox in. Yeah? Yeah. Look at that. Factory fresh. And my car's kind of back together, mostly. So, tail shaft's back in, gearbox and cross member back in. Ooh, pointing at the right spot. Gearbox and cross member all back in. Everything bolted up with all the bolts. Yeah, no. I will get around to going to the hardware store and getting some bolts for that because, well, I was meaning to last time, but I didn't. Right now, I just want to get the shifter in it and see how it feels and see how it works. So, let's drop it down and do it. So Martini, as always, coming through with the goods. We're going back to their 75-90 rather than their 75-140. I know a lot of guys run the 140s in drift cars, particularly with RB boxes and stuff like that on drift cars. We do get them ridiculously hot. Like, realistically, we should have coolers on them. And that's the main reason a lot of people run thicker oil. But in case that's been causing any issues with the Triton box, it's definitely not a box anyone else is running to confirm or deny. So we're going back to the 75-90. I've got enough to do because it is a box coming out of Rekka, so we're going to put the 3 litres it needs, and then we'll flush this out after the first day of drifting, put some other fresh stuff in it, and hopefully keep this box lasting a little while. The other one did a year, but realistically it should get more than a year before I have to replace it because the synchros are that bad it won't go into gear. These boxes are used in a bunch of other conversions with like 1UZs and other cars, and no one has these issues, so fingers crossed with the shifter springs and going back to a 7590 and hopefully a low K box. Typical Retco fashion, he guarantees it's only had 45,000 Ks, but it's a box from 2007, so you do the math and tell me if you reckon that's right. It's a beautiful Sunday on a long weekend down in Melbourne, so unfortunately we're about to go into the factory, but as you can see, it's a beautiful day. We've got the Cooper dogs, ready to chill. This is actually one of my old cars I sold Paul's girlfriend. It's an old 323 Mazda. You'll learn eventually. I had quite a few of these cars and still have one. Yeah. Kay was loving life. Ringing its tail off all the way down the 7th lane. Yeah. Anyway, we got some shit to get done on his car and I gotta finish getting my gearbox stuff sorted. So let's get to it. So first thing today, we got the piece of pipe that Grubby modified. It's 110 mil longer, and we measured 120, but we did allowances, and that's all he had in offcut. So, fingers crossed, it's enough, because then we'll be in trouble. So, let's get this tested first. Oh yeah. What we should probably do is try and put that on there first. Oh, okay. And now I'm gonna try and feed up this more bit. Yeah. Would you just look at that?
Like a ball one.
Like a ball one. The lines are pretty good. So yeah, we just need to take that all cut out, and should be pretty much well exactly where the intercooler's gonna sit. Fuck yeah! Great success.
So what's a great success?
Cool. Mate, you just got here. Sleep on the job already. So I got the shifter in last night. Not sure if I showed you, but I mean obviously you guys have probably seen this before, but that's where the factory hole is. That is how far forward it sits with the Triton gearbox. We just have a plate that bolts in there to cover that up, but she feels good and better than ever, especially with the shifter springs. As soon as I slap forward, it shifts across, so should be able to hopefully whack that 2-3 shift and not bloody fuck synchros and get everything in there. So the next step is to get the clutch bled up. It's a concentric slave without a bleeder, so it is effectively you fill it with fluid and just keep pumping and it cycles itself and eventually bleeds itself. Can take a little bit of time because there's some fluid in the system. It's like when it was fresh it took me ages, but every other time hasn't been too bad. So hopefully top that up and get that clutch pedal working 10,000 times and we'll have a clutch. 10,000 pumps. On clutch. So I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, this is pretty much self-bleeding. So you pump it up, it builds pressure, and then let the pedal sit back for a bit. And yeah, when we did it just before, it was bubbling out like crazy. So takes a little while, but it's pretty simple. I've never had an issue with the concentric slave on master yet, so yeah. That's a Triton master cylinder, by the way, that bolts straight in to where the factory S13 one was. So how good was that? So the clutch is bled as much as we can. It'll bleed a lot more once we start driving or even running it through gears on a hoist. So we might be doing that next. Starter motor's bolted back up. Gearbox is filled with our martini fluid. Drive shaft is bolted up. Double check, I'm sure I tightened that. Yes, yep. So we can drop this down, start up on the hoist, bolt the other wheel up, and then we will run it through the gears and hopefully she'll bleed up and we'll go test it out. Time for a quick trip to Super Cheap Auto. Oh no, I'm even in my Burson's t-shirt. Sadly they're shut and Super Cheap's around the corner, but Paul needs some Welshes. Woo! Doggo! Doggo!
16 kilowatts.
17, mate. 17.
On a good day.
Yeah, actually, it's a bit warm today. Probably down a kilowatt. Still about to get overtaken.
Sweet.
Almost got overtaken by Focus. Can't let that happen. You did the stare and drive on you, didn't you?
You got that from me.
So doing some repairs on his bumper bar. Where's your clippy thing going? Oh,
You hold it.
oh, true. Okay, this piece is all broken. We're gonna make it good. We're
Sort
gonna
of.
make it perfect because we are expert panel beaters and body professionals.
The suspension guys.
It kind of looks cool.
Changed it, didn't it?
It changed the shit out of it. I don't know, do you want to cover it up? I mean, it's not subtle.
If we keep the M pieces, I wonder if that side is on that side.
Oh yeah, just have that block off so you can just see the cooler in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Voila.
Oh crap.
Might be able to build your boots yet, but... Okay, could you hear the extra boost, man?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So we're all done. Relatively productive day. Aristo's back together. As you can see, we haven't got the grill back in yet. And not all the mounts, the bottom mounts aren't done yet, but it's in there. Car runs and drives. You can get home.
Good enough for Sunday.
Good enough for Sunday. Definitely was a longer day than probably thought it would be, but yeah, no, that's cars anyway. And S13 is ready to rock, gearbox in, clutch will bleed itself up a bit more in a few drives, but it's working well. So yeah, good stuff. Heaps more things. Paul's gonna do a single turbo conversion all by himself.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, and just makes me more keen to get my Aristo back, which is hopefully a few months away or less. Keen. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Till the next video. Pega!